Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Hello, everybody. This is Andy Scott. I'm with Ring Generals Podcast. I'm here today with my buddy and cohort, Metal Mike Grimes.
What's up, everybody? We're doing well. We're doing well.
Man of a few words. I like it. All right, our special guest on this version of Ring Generals. This is something a little bit new for us to do it this way instead of doing it live. But our first referee, actually, and the way he's been training and those guns look, I think he's getting into the ring in a different way. Mr. Jake Cloyd, how are you today, Jake?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you, man?
I'm not too bad. Been trying to get you on the show for a while, but you have ducked and weaved quite well. But I finally got you to come on, so I appreciate that.
My bad, man. I do a lot of side activities.
Oh, side hustles. I got it.
Not hustles. They make me no money. Side pleasures.
Side pleasures. Okay. I just have side hustles, so I don't get much pleasure out of those. How long have you been in professional wrestling? And before you answer that, did you envision becoming a referee, or did you have, plans of becoming the next Hulk Hogan?
Wouldn't be the next Hogan. I've been in for about 4 years now, a little over.
Okay.
And I wanted to be a wrestler, but I have fallen into, and I wouldn't say fallen into, but fallen into the role of referee. I fit it very well, I think.
You do.
Because even if I can't be a referee, I will do camera or something like on the side that is still part of the event. And I'm very lucky to fit the role that I fit.
No, I think you do fit it well. Seems like, don't take this the wrong way, but when you were early in your tenure as a referee at OVW, Mike and I used to go quite often. We've kind of stopped now, but you always had kind of a confused look on your face. You've gotten rid of that very well. You look like a professional now, so I'm proud of you, man. You've come far. How did you get in? Yeah, no problem, man. How did you get into wrestling? Did you know somebody, or you just was like, I'm going today?
I knew nobody. Well, actually, it was a buddy of mine from high school who used to be into wrestling, but now isn't. And they always talked about going to this training school, OVW, and like, oh, I'm the next, wrestler. And I'd be like, okay. And then I reached out to him like my senior year of high school right before I was going to college. I'm like, hey, what's that thing you were talking about? And I asked him. He said OVW. I'm like, okay. And then I looked at the website and I stared at it for about another year. And I'm like, do I want to do this? And then I finally had the opportunity. I saved up money. I worked really hard, and I saved up money. And because I live in Lexington, so making that trek, like, it was 3 to 4 days a week. I did 3 days of training and 1 day of TV.
Okay.
So doing that, it was a lot of fun though. But I just got into the website, signed up.
Cool. Who trained you? Was it Tony Gunn and Cash, or?
It was Turbo Floyd.
Turbo Floyd. Okay, so
Turbo Floyd of the Outrunners.
Gotcha. They're pretty cool. They definitely reinvented themselves, both of them. Not always an easy thing to do in wrestling. I'm sure going to wrestling school, having a job, all that traveling, going to the gym, it's got to be time consuming. And so how does your loved ones kind of deal with that? Okay with it, or give you some shit? How is it?
They're fine. I'm doing my thing.
Okay.
I still I live very close to family, so I can go see them whenever I want. And they help me out by like letting out my dogs when I'm gone. That's my main support system, is my family coming and letting out the 2 huskies I have whenever I'm gone, maybe for 2 days.
Oh, okay. So not only OVW, I've seen you in a bunch of other of the indie wrestling in
Where else do you see me at?
seen you at New South. I've seen you at the one in Frankfort, Kentucky. I cannot remember the name of it.
EWA.
Yeah. And then I saw you this past weekend at Tri-State Wrestling, which is a very good promotion. I like them. They had some
Yes.
really good wrestlers. Damon Chambers has been on the show before. He's really good. There's some new talent that I hadn't seen before and enjoyed. So is it word of mouth that gets you those other jobs, or how does that work?
It's kind of word of mouth. It took me a long time to figure that out. It's just getting to know people. I kind of shied away from most other referees when I first started, and just kind of did my own thing and tried to just do that, and it didn't really help. I had to make friends. It's not that I had to; it's just that like I finally warmed up to people, and because when you're in the business for a few years, they kind of make you not want to be there, just to test you out to make sure that you're actually wanting to be there.
Oh, okay. So it takes you 2 or 3 years to warm up to people. I got it. That's a joke. Come on,
Yeah.
it's worth a chuckle.
I'm still green technically. I'm still green.
Okay. You are doing quite well. So have you refed in any of the little bit more major organizations like Impact or any of those? NWA?
No, not yet. I want to eventually, hopefully, maybe
Okay.
one day.
Okay.
You do have a contact there with Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. I love
Oh,
Daniel.
oh,
I love Daniel, but he's not. I mean, he's not gonna do it till I'm ready. I'm still putting in my years and paying my dues. So,
that's
Okay.
important.
and he just can't be like, hey, this kid's referee is gonna have a match now. There's a whole thing. I gotta impress and prove myself to a handful of people
Right.
before I can even be considered.
So without giving any trade secrets away, no inside baseball stuff here. From their point of view, what are they looking for in a good referee?
In a good referee, they're
count to
looking
10?
for someone. Count to 10. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're looking for someone who can count to 10, who can do the job well, and maintain order. That's the number one job of the referee is maintain order and protect the match.
Okay. So what happens, for instance, if someone's not supposed to lose in a situation and you count 3? Are you supposed to go ahead and count? Or are you supposed to kind of like, oh, my wrist or whatever? Because that has happened before in wrestling. And I always wonder whose fault that is. Is it the referee or is it the guys that are wrestling?
No, it's not the referee's fault at all. It's
Okay.
not. You count to 3.
Count to 3. All right. You do your job no matter what. I got you.
Yes.
All right. Mike, you got any questions, buddy?
So you've been refereeing for 4 years. I mean, like I said, we've seen you grow exponentially. I mean, and OVW is a great place to learn. You got the talent there to help you run your job. So I mean, you got to have it's all 3 of you, 3 or however more of you in the match, but all of you are there to work and help, like you said, help it to flow, help it to control it. Have you ever had an instance where you thought you had the control that you needed because you got to help with that because you got the earpiece in your ear and the guys are not listening? Does that ever happen? When the guys don't think you're pulling their leg or pulling a rib, as the guys like to say.
All the
You tell me
time.
to go home.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna hear me or they're not gonna hear me. Even if they hear me, they might not hear me because they're so blown up.
Got you. So a lot of your job is communication in the ring, right?
Yeah. Okay. A lot of communication.
Yeah. All right. So your career, do you want to stay on a trajectory to make this your life, your job, or is it just something that you're having fun with? How do you look at the future?
I'd like to make this my career.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes it just takes time.
Okay. So what goes on behind the scenes at OVW? You don't have to give away the big secrets, but how do y'all get ready for a show? Is it laid out before you get
Without
there?
giving away any big secrets.
Well, I mean, is it laid out before you kind of what you're going to be doing, or they just wait till everyone gets there? This is what you're doing, this is what that one's doing, or is it just kind of on the fly?
There's always someone in charge of putting things together, even if the big boss man isn't there.
Okay, so you still have direction. Now,
Yeah, yeah.
now, how much harder is it for your job between a house show and television?
House job, 100% harder,
Really?
100% more tough.
Why would that be? It seems like there's no constraints on time and things you have to keep up with.
Well, usually it's more than an hour and a half away.
Oh, so travel.
Yeah. If it's a house show, we're going somewhere. Like we do have those ones like Saturday we're in Harrodsburg, 35-minute drive for me. Happy.
Close to me too, so I'll probably be going to
Yeah.
that.
Harlan, Kentucky,
Not so close.
3 hours. 3 hours, yeah. One way.
I was recently in Harlan.
So
That's not a good drive. All right. What about you, Mike? Come on.
So, looking back on your 4 years, what has been your favorite thing, and then your least favorite thing that you've done?
about who?
About anybody. Like, what's been your favorite thing you've accomplished so far?
Oh, okay.
All right, well, your favorite thing and your least favorite thing within your career so far.
Oh, my least
So we
favorite
see
thing in my career.
the highs and the low.
The highs.
I mean, you've been involved in
probably like right now. I'd say the highs are. Last year, I had a good year. Right now, good year. Lows. When I was like 255 pounds of pure fat. I don't know.
Coming out of COVID.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the rest of us.
Before COVID. Yeah, well, before COVID, I was like, before I was green, I was still hefty. I lost a bunch of weight, and then I started training with Randy, and I lost that at COVID, and I just ballooned back up like at least 245, and then after that, I just got back in the gym, got back to it.
Is wrestling what made you hit the gym to begin with, or just want to be a better, more fit person?
Wrestling, because you need to be able to do the job.
Okay.
So if you're a certain, you need to be able to move and get up very quickly
and out of the way,
very fast,
and get out of the way, right?
Yeah, I almost get hit all the time.
Have you ever taken a real bump that wasn't planned? That was not, not just a little, not just that.
I've brushed off kicks, like I've no-sold kicks, but it's, one time ZDP got thrown into me in the corner at the beginning of a 6-man scramble, and I just kind of like took it and no-sold it.
And he bounced off,
and then he just bounced off of me, and I continued reffing.
You were like,
doesn't happen.
Oh, cool.
No.
All right. When you were younger, little Jake was out there. Not Jake from State Farm. I had to say it, man. Were you a wrestling fan when you were a kid? Like almost everyone? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So when you were younger, like when I was started getting into wrestling as a kid, it was Hogan and Flair. Where the big, of course, Hogan was everywhere. So when you were younger, who was that person or persons to you? The big shots. I'm not saying your favorite, just who was on top.
Oh, who was on top? It was Shawn Michaels and John Cena. They were tag teaming.
Okay.
That's who I consider to be on top, because those are my earliest memories of wrestling, and that's who I was watching. I was watching when that feud, and then pretty sure, I don't know, Batista. He was absolutely up there. This is about 2008. My first match I can remember seeing is Rey Mysterio.
Okay, you said 2008, so you're a baby. Okay. So I had to go all the way back to the 80s, man. So just saying. Okay, cool. So
I don't want to hear it.
So when you started getting into wrestling, past being a kid, and you started noticing not just the wrestlers oriented towards children like Hoagie, uh,
Yeah.
who did you admire and who did you like and said, this is cool.
Oh, this is cool. Oh, Evan Bourne.
I like
Oh,
Evan
he was
Bourne
my
too.
favorite. He's doing that splash.
Yeah, I like Evan Bourne too. It's kind of a shame what happened to him. All right, Mr. Jake. You got any more questions, Mike?
No, he's answered pretty good.
You
So
did
we're
pretty
ready
good.
for the
Yeah.
tournament.
On the Tournament of Stars here. All right, just give me 1 second. Jake, can you see it?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so we'll go through this. You just tell us who you picked to be the GOAT between The Rock
All right.
and the Big Slow.
Well, The Rock.
All right. Got Triple H and Booker T.
Triple H.
Cactus Jack, Mankind, Dude Love / Mick Foley versus Shane McMahon.
Not Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I think his daddy having owning the company had something to do with his success. I don't know, but I think so. So you got the legend himself, the professor at Funk U or RVD.
Rob Van Dam.
Ready? You got Stone Cold or Greenberg. I mean Goldberg.
Stone Cold. Put someone on the right that I like.
It only goes to one side and then the other. So I can't help it, man. This is just you picking wrong. What can I tell you? So I got the battle of. What happened here?
Disappeared.
I see it. Let's see. You got the battle of the outsiders here. You got Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash.
Undertaker versus Kane. Battle of the Brothers.
Undertaker.
DDP and Sting.
DDP. Oh, yeah, DDP.
The rematch for Hulk Hogan's first world championship against the Iron Sheik, recently deceased. Cheeky
Hulk
baby.
Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. This one's the one I have the toughest time with. You got Andre the Giant, the Legend, versus one of my all-time favorites, Vader.
And what am I judging here again?
Who you think's the greatest of all time? So you got to
Yeah. Andre.
Right. Ooh, yeah, the Macho Man versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
He's still working, Ricky.
That's a surprise. I like Ricky
Yeah.
Steamboat too, but it seems like everybody likes Macho Man. Two of the best talkers in history here. We got Roddy Piper versus the $1 Million Man. Sorry, I had to throw it in.
Man, they're both so mid. Ted DiBiase.
Oh, upset probably there. Battle of the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson versus the Naitch.
Nature Boy.
Jake the Snake versus the first Black World Champ, Ron Simmons.
Oh, Ron Simmons.
Oh, okay. Surprised at that one too. Shawn Michaels versus the Dweem, the American Dweem, Dusty Rhodes.
Shawn Michaels.
Oh, man, you suck. All right. The Hitman versus the British Bulldog.
Hitman.
The Rock versus Triple H.
Yeah, see, this is where my decision. You're making me fight my own choices.
That's life, baby.
Triple H. Rock left.
Well, Triple H is kind of in the fam, buddy. But yeah, I get you.
Well.
RVD versus Foley. Where's the theme to Jeopardy?
RVD.
Stone Cold versus Kevin Nash.
Stone Cold.
Undertaker versus DDP.
Undertaker.
Rematch of WrestleMania 3. Hogan versus Andre.
Hogan.
Steamboat versus the $1 Million Man.
Steamboat.
Woo! Ric Flair versus Simmons.
Flair.
I was going to hit you on that one, man. Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart.
Shawn Michaels.
Montreal Screwjob relived. Triple H, RVD.
Triple H.
Battle of the initials here. Stone Cold and Taker. Ooh. Good luck on that one, Jake.
Oh man. This is ridiculous.
I don't make these up. That's how they are, man.
I feel like I'm gonna have heat. Taker. Stone Cold quit.
He had to. He got hurt. Hogan versus Steamboat. I am a
Not that one Monday Night Raw where he's like, I ain't losing to Lesnar.
I am a real
Steamboat.
He didn't even take my hint. Subliminal messaging there. He didn't even do it. Flair versus Shawn. I've seen this matchup somewhere before.
Flair.
All right, good deal. Triple H and Taker.
Taker.
I've seen this matchup a few hundred times too. Steamboat versus the H.
Flair.
Ooh, to go to the final round.
Taker.
Taker. All right. Going to the other side now of the bracket, you got the human jar of mayonnaise versus Prototype. I mean, John Cena.
Cena.
You got the Master of the Steiner recliner versus CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Orton versus Batista.
That's a really good one right off the bat.
Yes.
Orton.
Randy Orton. Mike's personal hero, legend, Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle.
Chris Jericho.
Okay, Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy.
Matt.
You like the hair, don't you? I know. Look at that halfway thing on your hair. Come on, man. You look great. Edge versus Christian.
Edge.
The Mark Henry versus
Rey Mysterio.
Quite the difference here, though, in style.
Yeah.
I know Mark Henry's always disqualified for making out with Mae Young to me. So I don't know if that was pre what you were watching, Jake, or not, but that was horrible. JBL versus Latino Heat.
Eddie.
AJ Styles versus Dolph. That was a good matchup here.
Excuse me.
You gonna make it, Mike?
Yep.
Dolph. That was so hard.
Nakamura versus Brock Lesnar. Sorry, I can't get quite that much bases. The Walrus, but I can try.
Lesnar.
Cesaro versus Kevin Owens.
Oh man. Cesaro.
Ooh, I'm surprised at that. The Miz versus one of my personal favorites, Finn Balor.
The Miz.
I think I'll just disqualify you from the show now, but okay. This is a good matchup too, man.
Roman.
Sethy Poo versus Joe.
Seth.
Oh, what is this tag team, Mike? I can't remember.
The New Day.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Kofi.
That's not Kofi.
Oh, man. Delete that.
Xavier, I did the same thing. I get the two confused.
Take your ref license away. What's the Woods?
Oh, it's Woods?
Yes.
All right.
He was made famous in the Brad Maddox and Page.
I shouldn't have done this without my contacts in. Yeah, we're still going with Woods.
All right. Yeah, we got 10 minutes. All right, going with Woods. All right, so we got 10 minutes.
Hey.
There's Kofi.
I'm still can't pick you this time, man.
All right. So Cena versus Punk. You can't see him.
Cena.
Orton versus Jericho. If he picks against Jericho, Mike will never speak to you again. Just to let you know.
Orton.
All righty. Notice he went right in there, Mike, after I told him that. Edge and Matt.
Hey, man, I know what to do.
Edge.
Edge. Okay. Guerrero versus Mysterio. Got to keep it in the family. Huh? Really? All right. Dolph versus Brock.
Dolph.
Cesaro. Really? All right. Ooh.
Roman. Daniel.
Now here's a classic matchup here.
That's somewhere.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. Cena. Love me some Cena.
I think I see Cena going all the way. Edge and Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Dolph and Cesaro.
Dolph. Brian.
Really? That's a shot.
Yup.
All right.
Well, I'm not a mark. Cena.
Mike, he's calling us marks. Man, can you believe it? A disparaging term, if I ever heard one.
Dolph.
All right. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty to go to the finals.
Cena.
So now the GOAT. You've got yourself in a corner here.
It's a draw.
You can't do a draw, and you can't just go with favorite. This is who you think the greatest is. Yeah, on the one hand, you got Cena as a 16-time champion, which is all in WWE, so it shouldn't count, but I'm not going anywhere. Which the living legend of The Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
All righty. So there's Mr. Jake Cloyd. Uh-oh.
Yeah, man, that was stressful.
All right, dude. So you did a good job, Jake. We appreciate you being on, buddy. It's good been good seeing you at the shows and things. You can say hi to us marks when you see him at the show. Just don't walk right on by like you
don't hold me to that. Don't use that against me.
That's okay. I can always
goes back to that glazed look he had before.
Right. I can
the thing is in wrestling, we're all marks.
Yes, I'm just kidding. Just saying I can always stick my foot out when you go by too. So one last thing about referees. Do you have to have tunnel vision? You know, you don't no side action, just what's right in front of you. Is that a requirement?
No, you can't have that. No, you can't have that. You can have that.
Well, you have to. I've seen y'all miss everything. Somebody come in the ring. Somebody come in the ring, hit somebody with a chair, and you hear that noise, and the crowd goes nuts.
But the thing is,
selective hearing.
I'm always distracted. Like something like Shannon is always popping up,
Well, hit him.
some like Isaiah's always coming in with the lights and stuff. So sometimes my back is turned and it has to be turned. So I don't you know,
Well, let me
have to
just
keep
tell
order.
let me just tell you this: if Shannon should jump up on the ring and you accidentally and
Mhm.
you hit him, $100 bill. Just saying, just wipe out Shannon. You got to do it. You got to do it once.
I'm gonna go into business for myself.
There you go. That's it. Well, all right, man. It's been good having you on here, Mike. You got anything you would like to quiz the champ here?
Appreciate you, Jake. Jake, to get on here with us. I mean, first ref. So
Hey, hopefully not the
forward to seeing you
last.
back
You know
at
the
shows.
refs.
Maybe not that one. Yeah.
We'll
And
try
then
to talk.
we're looking at that.
We'll try to talk Daniel into it sometime, man. You guys got your own little fraternity, right? Of refs. Like stick together
Oh, at
like glue.
OVW.
Yeah. The zebra
Yeah, we're a
pack.
good family.
All right, man. Appreciate
They're
you having
small.
a good deal. Appreciate you being on, man. And when this gets online, we'll give you a link. Okay.
Hell yeah, man.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jake. Have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
Thank you. See you, Mike.